Hunter Biden did a lot of crazy things.
Having a life.
Trump 2024, we won.
Yeah.
Escorts, cocaine, crack.
A lot more people should be pardoned.
He's asking Tony to come out.
I don't have any high hopes when it comes to politicians, period.
Well, unfortunately, the politicians in this country are all corrupt.
You trust your politicians in your country?
No.
Is so excited.
Because of him.
Well,
We're wondering what Americans think about Hunter Biden being pardoned. What do you think about Hunter Biden being pardoned by his own father?
I feel like I should answer. Oh my gosh. No. I'm not a politician because I'm an artist. I don't want to say nothing about that.
A lot of different thoughts. I'll say that.
We're Dutch. We don't judge. You can say anything. It's kind of hard to have conversations with Americans because we feel that they're not really comfortable talking about politics.
Yeah, it's very awkward. Like people don't want to say their political views.
What do you think about Hunter Biden being pardoned?
Hunter Biden did a lot of crazy things. Escorts, cocaine, crack pipe pictures. I've seen it all. The one he was in the falling asleep in the bathtub. You know about the art?
Did he make art?
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah. Oh.
Powerful and impactful work, according to the gallery owner who will sell Hunter Biden's art this fall. Art critics aren't so sure.
Well, it's not as bad as I might have thought.
Others have been tougher, one calling it hotel art. But the gallery says it values some of the first-time artist paintings up to $500,000.
It was a quiet, what was it called? A silent auction. So you didn't see who the buyers was. People were speculating that people were pretty much buying influence through that.
Are you surprised by this nepotism?
Out of Biden, yes, I am.
Because the White House was continuously stating, no, he won't be pardoned.
Correct.
Have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes, and I will not pardon him.
Will he pardon his son? No. So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear and I said no. We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
Biden pardoned his son for anything that happened between 2014 and 2024. And they were also looking into potentially more corruption cases.
The January 1st, 2014 date, I don't believe is coincidental. It overlaps with Biden's alleged involvement in Burisma.
Evan Archer served with Hunter Biden on the board of Ukrainian energy giant Burisma. And in testimony, he confirmed that when Hunter put his father on speakerphone with business clients, there was a brand being delivered.
I became aware that Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma. Soon after that, in a briefing call with the national security staff of the Office of the Vice President in February of 2015, I raised my concern that Hunter Biden's status as a board member would create the perception of a conflict of interest.
He's entitled. He's privileged. He's privileged because he's the vice president's son or the president's son, and he was getting paid through Ukraine, through the energy company, and he's a piece of work.
I think it's the right decision because I think that if he wouldn't have done that, the Republicans would have gone after him and God knows what would have happened.
But Biden is famous for stating that
if you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years.
Yeah, but I feel like Americans go to prison over similar stuff all the time, right?
Right. So a lot of people are saying that a lot more people should be pardoned under less exhausting crimes and different things that they did. And I totally agree. So what can we do about it? Absolutely, I don't know. Because, at the end of the day, he's in political power. So that's what it is.
he claimed he would never allow his son to be pardoned. And in less than a year, he turned completely around and did exactly what he has been talking about Trump about, of having a life.
Trump 2024, we won.
Yes, we did.
The one and only.
Absolutely. Thank you.
100%.
And
Trump 2024.
I live in Mexico, in Tucson, Arizona,
Right.
and all of our Mexicans, even the guy that works on my car, is so excited.
Because of him.
Well,
I'm not into anything that has to do with Biden, with Obama, none of that. I'm a Trumper 100%. I don't support anybody. The only one that I support is my family and Mr. Donald J. Trump, the one and only.
Or Kamala. What the fuck was Kamala gonna do, bro? Scamala, more like it. she would have been the worst. She's a woman, bro. Look, I might sound misogynistic here, but would I rather my wife go argue for me or me go argue for me? I mean, it's a no-brainer, bro. Like,
You wouldn't vote for a woman.
hell no, bro.
Why not?
Because women are very emotional, and men are emotional too. But
Is Trump the most stable person ever? I mean, he's kind of emotional, isn't he?
what has he done that was so emotional?
Who's number one with Hispanics? Trump.
But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
The man of the toupee. I don't wear a toupee. I have such respect for women.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie
several-
O'Donnell. Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Do you know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher.
Well, the Pope believes in global warming. You do know that, right?
I don't throw babies out, believe me. I love babies.
Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here.
He got shot on the left ear, on the right ear. I'm going to put the one that says Trump with a little blood here. So he knows what I feel for you, man. And when that happened to him, I cry like a baby. And I'm a man 100%. I don't cry anybody, only when my parents passed away or for a family member, for someone that I feel special. But when I cry, when I saw that happened to him, I cried like a baby because I love the guy. Everything he says, he will back it up. The other people are liars, Illuminatis, a dark side behind this. So I know Trump is being put up there by God. That's why I love him. I'm talking about big time political because behind this is a dark side. And I know what I'm telling you, brother. Whoever is involved in doing things illegal to the United States, Guantanamo Bay.
Torture.
I have a feeling. No. Torture, no.
That's what happens in Guantanamo, right?
Oh, no. Death penalty is better.
Do you think Trump would handle stuff differently?
I hope.
But he also pardoned the Kushner family.
Clinton also pardoned the rich family. Tony told me that he wasn't going to be pardoned. And I knew he was. The father and a politician.
He's asking Tony to come out. Tony, can I ask you something? Were you surprised that Hunter Biden got pardoned?
Oh my God. I'm apolitical.
He told us you were surprised.
No, he's just he's totally political. I am apolitical, all right? Is it a surprise that a father would pardon his son? No. If you know American history, who hasn't pardoned someone that's controversial? From Clinton to going back to Roosevelt.
It's your child. You want the best for him. Even though he made mistakes, you still want to help him out.
I mean, as a citizen, don't you feel scammed?
Well, unfortunately, the politicians in this country are all corrupt, so...
I don't have any high hopes when it comes to politicians, period, all right?
You don't trust any of them?
None. None have proven me differently.
But what does that say about American democracy?
Doesn't say anything about democracy. I think...
can you have a democracy if nobody trusts the politicians?
And then what? You trust your politicians in your country?
No.
I know. I'm from Israel. Now AB is better. She's Trump coming. He's do again America great.
But also great for Israel?
Exactly from Israel.
What do you think Trump will do for Israel?
Yesterday still, Hamas not bring back to people, Israel people, he's opened the hell for the Hamas.
Gaza right now is pretty much hell already, right?
The country of Israel can't exist until the Messiah returns. Has the Messiah returned?
I don't think so.
So, why is Israel there?
Good question.
I think most of us have been disillusioned by the political process of the past few years and the divisiveness. And I think both parties are at fault for that.
Politicians, they're not for the people. They're for money, they're for the banks, the corporations, and...
It doesn't really matter if they're Republican or Democrat.
No. Unfortunately, they all have the same agenda at the end of the day. They're just trying to get people's votes on either side.
And then they screw over the working people.
Exactly. So it's not really much of a difference.
We are approaching a lot of workers on the street, but most of them tell us that they're not allowed to talk about politics during work time. So this basically means we have an incredible bias in our coverage.
It's never been fair. It's never been the same.
But wasn't that kind of like the American promise of like, we the people, it's a democracy?
You see rules, regulations, and litigations put out all the time, but do people follow them? Absolutely not. You see corruption at work in terms of supervisors and upper management, It's an ongoing thing, No one can be stopped at this point. That's how I feel.
The thing with America, you have two different concepts. You have democracy, but you have capitalism, right? And some of the times the two of them don't jive according to plan, right? Greece was a democracy. Was everybody in Greece basically under the democratic rule? No. Because why? You had other things in play.
There were slaves.
There were slaves, exactly. Were blacks considered part of having inalienable rights?
No.
No, right? But we're a democracy. Right, based on
supposedly
based on the Declaration of Independence.
Thank you for your service, sir, to our country, man. And we gotta thank our vets, bro. I want you to think about something. We sent billions and billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, to Israel. And look, nothing against Israel, I guess Ukraine, but why are we putting other countries first? And that's why Trump is so popular, bro.
I think the American people believe in the elections, per se, an election system. Do we actually believe that most of the politicians that are elected are going to follow their campaign promises and deliver? No.